In our today's topic, we will going to talk about the irresponsible behavior of China and its own space agency. China is an ambitious country and it has its own space ambitions. Because of that, they are building their own space station similar to the Soviet space station Mir, which has been decommissioned after the disintegrations of Soviet Union. So to build their own space station, they are using their most powerful Long March CJ-5B rockets. This rocket is being used to lift their payloads for the constructions of their space station. And this powerful rocket is using 4 boosters. But when these boosters are being detached from the rocket, then those boosters are supposed to reach this Earth controllably. But in case of China, those boosters are being uncontrolled along with the other space debris. The other space debris are like pyropin pushers, blot cutter actuations, retro rockets, and the Ullage rockets and the various other debris. This is not the first time. This is actually the third time China has let a huge rocket stage fall back to Earth on its own. China has opted not to control of the first stage of the Long March 5B rocket. Because of that, once again it puts China under scrutiny from space debris trackers. The similar incident happened in 2020 and 2021, and now this time in 2022. The whole world came to know about this incident when someone from the Indian Ocean country put its video on Twitter, and when the NASA let the world know. According to the US Space Command, the rocket debris re-entered over the Indian Ocean at approximately 12:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The NASA has actually criticized China because of their lackluster behavior. The NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said that all space surfing nations should follow the established best practices and do their part to share this type of information in advance to allow reliable predictions of potential debris impact risks. China should have let the world know about the impact risks that have generated by their own rocket. This is what the responsible space agencies do. But Chinese space agency, being an irresponsible one, always try to prove themselves superior by not admitting their grave mistakes. China always denied their wrongdoing in the past, but this time too they were indeed in denial mode. The reason behind this denial is very simple. If space debris hit any nation and cause damage to its properties and human being, then China will have to pay compensation. So they were trying to avoid any kind of compensation payment to other nations. But in our today's super advanced world, nothing can be denied. Luckily, nothing has been happened for this time, because most of the space debris were burned off over the Sulu Sea. But still, 25 tons of Long March 5B likely survived all the way to the ground. According to the Chinese space officials, the rocket body re-entered at 119 degree east latitude and 9.1 degree north latitude. That location is over the open sea, just off the coast of the Palawan Island, which is the part of the Philippines. As I said, this is not the first time it is happening. This kind of events had been happening since the construction of Tiangong space station. China began construction of its 3-module space station in May 2020. About 10 days after rocket's debut launched in May 2020, the pieces of the rocket body rained back to Earth over the West Asia, some of them apparently hitting the grounds of Ivory Coast. This caused destruction of properties and the destructions of agricultural fields. Again in April 2021, the rocket's second body lofted Tianyi, the core module of the Tiangong space station. Then also, some Long March 5B body re-entered over the Arabian Peninsula about a week after liftoff. This was about to hit the Maldives, but eventually the debris landed over the Indian Ocean. Some of the Chinese rocket debris also reached the Indian state Madhya Pradesh. Luckily, it has not caused any harm to anybody. So in this case, NASA's criticism is not enough for China. Every space agencies, including ISRO, should criticize China because of their lackluster behavior in controlling their own space debris. China is trying to dominate the world by dethroning USA from the world superpower throne. That is why China is building their own space station to dominate the space. By building their own space station, they are trying to explore multiple avenues of space that includes development of technology that can aid future deep space exploration. China is eyeing to send human beings to the moon and Mars. That is why their space station is very important to learn survivability on the other celestial objects. Anyway, there is no harm being ambitious. But if someone's overzealous ambitions will going to destroy someone else's property, then that country should be held accountable for every wrongdoing. And in this case, China has to be held accountable. After the First and the Second World War, the aggressor countries were punished and their leaders were held accountable for the war. And to hold someone accountable on the world stage, this world created an organization called United Nations. So under United Nations Space Organization, China should be held accountable for their consecutive mistakes. Now about today's questions. The first question is, the communication satellite of ISRO, GSAT-30, is scheduled to launch abroad with which vehicle? The first option is PSLV-C-44, second option is PSLV-C-46, third option is PSLV-C-47, fourth option is Ariane 5. The second question is, what is the name of the new blockchain platform of the National Payment Corporation of India? The first option is Shakti, second option is Vajro, third option is Veer, fourth option is Virat. So this is the end of the topic. If you have any questions regarding this topic or any other kinds of inquiry, then please contact me through my email address, which is tuhin.power.academy@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. I hope you will going to find this topic informative.